Many people experience a cycle where a home is cleaned, only to return to a state of disarray shortly after. This phenomenon is often rooted not in a lack of effort, but in the inherent nature of how a living space is used day to day. A home is a dynamic environment, constantly in flux. Objects are moved, surfaces are used, and items are brought in and out. This constant activity means that maintaining a static state of clean is a continuous process, rather than a one-time task. One key factor is the concept of entropy as it applies to a household. In simple terms, systems naturally move from a state of order to disorder. A tidy room is an ordered system, daily life, with all its small actions like setting down keys, leaving a cup on a table, or draping a coat over a chair, introduces disorder. Each of these individual actions is minor, but cumulatively, they contribute to a space feeling untidy again. Cleaning is the act of expending energy to reverse this natural tendency and restore order, but as soon as life resumes, the process of entropy begins once more. Another element to consider is the functionality of the space. Homes are designed for living, not just for display. A kitchen is for cooking, a living room is for relaxing, and a bedroom is for resting. These activities inherently create mess. Cooking involves ingredients, utensils, and food waste. Relaxing might involve blankets, books, or electronics. The very purpose of these spaces generates a level of clutter that is a byproduct of their use. A perfectly clean and unused space is often a non-functional one. The volume of possessions within a home also plays a significant role. The more items a household contains, the more items there are to manage, clean, and put away. When storage is limited or not aligned with the household's daily routines, items tend to accumulate on available surfaces like countertops, tables, and floors. This is often referred to as clutter blindness, where residents become accustomed to seeing certain items out of place, and they cease to register as mess. This makes it harder to identify and address the root cause of the recurring untidiness. Household composition is also a major variable. A single person living alone will generate a different type and amount of mess compared to a family with multiple children or pets. Each individual in a home has their own habits, routines, and belongings. The more people sharing a space, the more complex the flow of objects and the greater the potential for disorder. Coordinating cleaning efforts and maintaining a shared standard of tidiness becomes an ongoing negotiation of different habits and priorities. Furthermore, many common cleaning methods focus on surface-level tidiness rather than underlying organizational systems. Wiping counters and vacuuming floors makes a space look clean temporarily. However, if there isn't a designated, convenient home for every item, those items will quickly find their way back onto the freshly cleaned surfaces. This is the difference between tidying and organizing. Tidying is the act of straightening up what is visible, while organizing involves creating a logical system for where things belong, which can help slow the return of clutter. The layout of a home can also inadvertently contribute to recurring mess. Poorly designed traffic flows can create drop zones, areas where items are habitually left upon entering a room or the house. For example, a hallway without a proper coat rack or a kitchen counter that is the first available surface upon entry will naturally collect bags, mail, and other pocket contents. But without intentional design choices to manage this flow, these areas are destined to become clutter hotspots. Psychological factors are also at play. The perception of clean is subjective and varies greatly from person to person. What one individual considers a tidy and comfortable living space, another might see as cluttered. This difference in standards can lead to frustration when living with others. Moreover, decision fatigue can impact a person's ability to maintain order. Every item left out of place represents a small decision. Where does this go? Do I have time to put it away now? When faced with hundreds of these micro decisions, it's often easier to defer them, which leads to accumulation. Finally, there's the reality of modern life. Time and energy are finite resources. For many, balancing work, family, social commitments, and personal well-being leaves little room for daily, meticulous housekeeping. Cleaning is often relegated to weekends or limited pockets of free time. During the week, convenience takes precedence. This results in a weekly cycle. The space gradually becomes more disordered through the week, is reset during a cleaning session, and the cycle begins anew. It's not a failure of the cleaning process itself, but a natural rhythm dictated by the demands of contemporary living. The state of a home is a reflection of the life lived within it, and life is rarely static or perfectly ordered.